Holla at me, man, about how the offense played, brother.
Not very well. They kind of did what I thought that we would do. Like everything that I thought that what we would do, they did. They ran that mug, and they ran that mug, and they ran it some more. And then we thought we could stop them. They completed on third down. It was, we didn't do much of that. Couldn't run the ball much. Able to score a little bit though. The good old term, no garbage time. Like it didn't much count. Every time we got reasonably close, they ran the ball and extended the lead. We couldn't do much. I guess it was just too cold for them guys. Although early in the game, on that, I think it was the first drive or the first scoring drive for sure. We got to see what we've been calling for. So there were a few positives, and this was one of them. The deep chunk play to DJ Chark that set up the first touchdown to Zylstra. I like that. But their game plan was to sell out on the run, and they stopped the run every chance they got. We couldn't get very much motion in there. And when we did on that one, that wasn't a running play, but that was later in the game too, though. But they called that BS offensive pass interference, and that's when that was the one that kind of swung it, I guess, or kind of sealed it. But lot to work on. They've been saying that even after wins, lot to work on. I'm glad to hear Goff say that. Obviously, you should be upset. But I'm in my mind, I'm like, all right, cool. How we say, they mad and they gonna come out and take it out on us. Now it's time to go out and take it out on Chicago. Everything that we got to do, go out there and run that mug, push them around. I'm gonna channel my inner Luke G. Whatever we want to do, we should be able to do in Chicago. We should take out every bit of frustration, or however every time you think about how cold the ground was, or how cold the wind was, or how many snowflakes touched your uniform. Think about punching Chicago in the mouth. So yeah, what do you guys think about the offensive side of the ball on Saturday?
All right. So for me, in the stadium, this is what I saw. Right when that first starting up the second quarter. That fumble on the 9-yard line, deep in that red zone, a bad center. Because I don't know. I really don't even, because it would go as a fumble in the scoring column, but it was just a bad center exchange. I've never seen that from between Ragnar and Goff like that in a while. So, but that swung the momentum, and Detroit, and it never came back to Detroit. It never came back. That play swung the momentum for the game, and that was it. Like it was like, cause we were going in to take the lead 14. It was going to be 14-7 Detroit, and that fumble happened. The run game was terrible. Got sacked twice by Burns. They called him. I didn't know they called him Spider Burns down there. They had all the Spider-Man motif down there. I was like,
that's dope.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Spider Burns.
And this is the thing I'll say before I kick it to you, Coach Mike. This is the worst game I've seen from our offensive line in a long time. This was a terrible showing by our offensive line. And we were pretty much intact, except for Big V, because we already lost him for the season, so I won't even count him. But that group, that's a starting group, that was the worst game I've seen from them all season long.
Shout out to Derek Brown.
What you got, Coach?
Yeah. You know what? First of all, I'm gonna start off by being nice. Shout out to Shane Zylstra. He channeled his inner TJ Hawk. Shout out to Shane Zylstra. Jared Goff game actually wasn't that bad. Considering that we couldn't run the damn ball and you put your quarterback on the road and him have to throw it. Shout out to Jared Goff. I'm gonna tell you something right now. The tackles are this is like the tackles control the passing game. Guard, center guard, control the run game. I know there's other little factors in between, but that's kind of outline of how that goes. Evan Brown got his ass whooped.
Yep.
Derek Brown put his knee all the way in his ass. And then he pulled it out, and then he put it right back in there. You ever seen that? You ever seen that movie?
You looked over at Jonah Jackson too.
Yeah, man. But you know what? We have to figure out right now. are we gonna spend one of our first 4 draft picks on the right guard, or are we gonna
we should.
resign Big B? The, I mean that's a reality. A lot of people talking about defense. Look, from what I saw yesterday, 45 or the day or 2 days ago, 45 rushing yards. Like, we have to get a right guard. Evan Brown is a backup center. He's serviceable like a game or 2 at guard, but he is a backup center. Some guy just like Ragnar, he came over and he tried to play that guard position. He was average. With the center, he was an all-star. It's sort of similar, not the same effect, but sort of similar to Evan Brown. Yeah, man, because there was no running lane whatsoever. Yeah, man, we got to figure out something, man. Because are we gonna pay Big V that money next year, or are we gonna go in these first 4 picks and get us an offensive guard, man? That's what it all is.
I got a question for you, Mike.
What's up?
Let's say we come out and we look, like we've looked at times this season against Chicago and Green Bay. Even though I agree, right? I agree that I on my little that I've already talked on Cyrus Torrance. That's the right guard from Florida. But do you let's say we come out and they look much better, like this be the worst game we've seen. Do you still feel we should take one in the first 4 or take one at all?
Yeah, I feel like that because I feel like he's a standout center. He's a spot player at guard. But in the trenches, when you go against the Panthers are a run team. They're a ground and pound team. And we just couldn't do that with it. And it's not all on Evan Brown. I won't say it's all on Evan Brown, but he had a lot to do with just not being able to hold up. And yeah, man, it disappointed me, man. Ooh, boy. Yeah, Evan Brown, you a backup center guy.
The good thing is it's a lot of good interior linemen in this draft. A lot of right, big, strong, powerful run blocking right guards too. So hopefully we can get one.
Hey, they tuned in to hear the rest of what we had to say, myself and Coach Mike. Go ahead and double back to the full version of today's Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions of the Prowl, right here on your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors.